Welcome back to the Everton Save on FC25. Today we find out how many trophies we're actually going for this season. Will it be just the one in the Premier League, or will we get ourselves to Wembley after a 1-1 draw in the first leg of 2 of the Carabao Cup semi-finals? We have ourselves the opportunity to have an all-Merseyside final, or one, or neither of Everton and Liverpool in the final. Crystal Palace with a 4-3 win at Anfield in the opening leg in the other half of the draw. We now have to face Arsenal at home and try and just win on the night. So whoever wins tonight wins overall. Quinones is back from injury. We, of course, had an enforced signing in the last episode because of another injury. So Chancel Mbemba comes in at centre-back now alongside Roger Ibanez, although Branthwaite is not that far away from returning now. And the sooner he does so, the better for us and the happier we will be. You can see there's a little bit of fatigue in the side, but everybody that should be playing will be playing, regardless of that slight dip in stamina. We've got not a busy month, but a busy enough month. We've got Manchester United today, as well as Crystal Palace, and then Burnley. That'll be the one that we sim. Burnley at home. It makes most sense for that one to be the one that we don't actually physically play. With regards to the league table, you will be keen to see. And with 14 games to go, we are 2 points clear of Chelsea and 10 points clear of Manchester City, and then furthermore, anybody else. So still, at this stage, 2-horse title fight. But is it just the title we're going for, or will we have the chance to win the Carabao Cup as well this season? Saying thank you on the board behind me to Kenstar, to Crovus, and to Sam Stocks for your continued support in the comments section of this save. Thank you very much indeed. Hopefully you enjoyed the return of this save with yesterday's episode. Check the channel page for it if you missed it. But for now, my sole focus at this moment in time is a Carabao Cup semi-final. It's time to take on Arsenal. Arsenal with an unfamiliar in real life starting lineup, but familiar in terms of this save with regards to the players that are involved in their 11. Jan Oblak in goal, Calabria, Gabriel, Marquinhos and Ben White, Saka, Erdegaard, Thomas Partey, and I can't remember who was on the left now, Trossard I think, and then up top, Lois Openda and Ademola Lookman. It is indeed Leandro Trossard on the left for them. We've got Evan Ferguson on the bench, Domenico Berardi, Calafiore, Roque, of course. Vitor Roque, the man that we were looking at through a number of windows that ultimately weren't able to get because Arsenal beat us to it. We wanted to loan him from Barca, and Arsenal just bought him from Barca for a fee that we weren't able to match. Thankfully, Ramsdale was able to match that effort early doors. It's 1-1 to begin with. And thank you. I don't know what he's doing there. Erdegaard's won it back off me. Saka gets it back to Erdegaard. Please, no. Partey! Ramsdale proving exactly why you guys wanted him to stay as my number one. Definitely agree. Good header by White. And Dovbyk chests it straight into his keeper's waiting arms. Lovely ball to Openda. And he's gone. I can't catch him. Ben White again forward. Lewis Openda. Lewis Ferguson. Is there a foul in there? No, it's just a yellow card. I don't really know why De Kuyper's getting a yellow card, but getting a yellow card he is. Saka thought about going short. Fresneda's up. Keeper came and didn't get there. And Esposito had to ensure that he was the first to that. Otherwise, that was trouble for us. Didn't anticipate Saka actually trying and failing to put a pass in there. Now we've got another bloody injury. Fresneda's hurt himself. Something's definitely broken. Something's absolutely broken with the injuries in career mode right now. Hopefully it's just a knock and it's not a long-termer. Otherwise, I'm going to batter my head off my desk. Safe. Fresneda's shaken off that earlier injury, which is good news. That hopefully means it's not going to be a long-termer. I could have taken him off, but elected to not do. Ferguson riding that challenge. I think there was a handball in there. Pepelu into Ndiaye. Inside nicely to Lewis Ferguson. Now then, space to get into. And men around to try and find. It's not gone well for Trossard. And Dogbik's got some space here. Marquinhos just stands still and wins the ball off me. That's lovely. Pender out to Trossard. Trying to force him wide by committing centrally. I'm happy with Trossard being out wide here like this. It's when he gets in behind like that it's then an issue. Openda waiting for a sharp turn or a pass. There's the pass, followed by the sharp turn of Saka, Erdegaard, and Trossard. Strike from range, clatters off Chancellor-Member, who so far is keeping a clean sheet on debut and been relatively solid. No, Mbemba's actually had much to do. If Bukayo Saka could stop putting in the most pinpoint tackles you've ever seen on a swivel, that would be lovely. Nice interception by Chancellor-Member there, though. He has now done something of note defensively, because Arsenal were in then. Richarlison, run for me, Sebastiano, please. Thank you, mate. No, into the space, not just into the man, you moron. It's really rather ironic that they call it FCIQ when there's not much intelligence going around. So Pender off and Vitor Roque on. The man that we have had significant interest in for a couple of seasons. Did score against us in the league game against Arsenal. And has come very close to knocking us out of the Carabao Cup as well. His first touch bends, but thankfully for me, bends wide. But that was whipping back towards that corner, wasn't it? Pepelu, Ferguson, Richarlison, space. Space is going to go because Saka's coming, but through there is Quiñones. Dovbik's going. Dovbik, bring it down. Artem Dovbik could have sent Everton to Wembley, and he's missed the target. I can't believe it. The fans can't believe it. Sean Dyche can't believe it. That was the moment we've waited for 86 minutes, and we've not taken it. Trossard into Lookman early. Here's Roque. Roque. Unorthodox, but throw only. Partey for Jorginho now for Arsenal. They've got plenty of men forward here. Oh my God. How was that for a first time cross? Christ. Bowled out to Richarlison. That's full time. It is. Oh, I think straight to pens. It's straight to pens. Oh God. Oh God. For a spot at Wembley. It's a penalty shootout. Artem Dovbik first. Dovbik buries quite emphatically. Jorginho. Saved. Pepelu. We have an advantage. Bukayo Saka scores almost every penalty he takes for Arsenal. That continues, but after 2 penalties each, we have something in our favour. Lewis Ferguson. That's unstoppable. Keeper went the right way, but he was never going to get to that. Vitor Roque apparently shaved the back of his head in the course of full time to the penalty shootout. Quiñones. That was going very quickly. Bottom left is where we're going. Bottom left is where the ball goes. Arsenal needs to score with Leandro Trossard. And do to potentially win it. For Everton to send us to Wembley. It's Richarlison. And we are Wembley bound. The chance for 2 trophies this season is still alive. We had to hold on. Ramsdale made a number of saves. But we will go to the capital later in the season for fight for silverware. Whilst for the remainder of the season in the Premier League, we're still fighting for silverware. Some good penalties there. In the other semi-final, you'll notice Crystal Palace were able to hold their side in red at home to a draw as well. So the 2 blue-themed sides knock out the 2 red-themed sides for a spot at Wembley. And our next game, Crystal Palace in the Premier League at Selhurst Park. They are 5th in the table and having an exceptional season. And now we have a precursor for that cup final, which I believe will come in the month of March. And indeed it does. It will be one of tomorrow's episode's games. But first, Palace in the league. Crystal Palace, 5 at the back for them. They are set up defensively, but it's helping them have a great season. Gehi, Lacroix and Chris Richards, the 3. Yusuf Fofana and Lucas Torreira as the midfield 2. Castellanos, Malik Tillman on the left. And then Gabriel Peck on the right. Was it a 2-2 draw last time we played Palace? I'm getting flashbacks to a Castellanos free kick wonder goal. Esposito look early for Dovbyk here. It's always tough against 5-backs. It doesn't matter what system you play or what version of FIFA/FC it is that you're playing. 5-backs are just strong. Dovbyk, however, might well be stronger. We'll try and work some space for a chance here. Mykolenko from range. Why not? It hit a hand. It will be a free kick. This is Esposito territory. Sebastiano. Wow us. We're more wowed by the save of Sanchez. Worth a go, though. Not a bad attempt whatsoever. Richarlison's up for this. It's going to be cleared away, annoyingly, by Torreira, who's done very well. I can't quite get there with Mykolenko. Here's Castellanos. Bodies all around him. Richarlison looking to track back to Munoz. Here's Fofana now. Lucas Torreira. Torreira still. Malik Tillman. Castellanos. Someone eventually will shoot rather than playing a pass. Right? And when they do, it's rubbish. Absolutely woeful. Mykolenko. Richarlison. It's a good run. He's picked up a knock, apparently. He's won the ball back. Esposito! Esposito! Everton 1, Crystal Palace 0. Thankfully, nothing came of Fresneda's knock in the first game. Hopefully, nothing comes of Richarlison's knock in this. But 3 points should hopefully come as a result of Esposito's goal. 1-0. Gabriel Peck finds Castellanos. Balls. Well, the lead didn't last long. At all. That is them. Level. You expect the striker to shoot. Although with the way that they've been playing the ball about in and around the box, Palace, and showing a reluctance to shoot, I should maybe have half expected him to actually try and play a pass. And when he did, the next man did take a shot. And quite the shot it was. We are pegs back level. Peck's now won it back. And Malik Tillman could, via Peck again maybe. They just love an extra pass. It's so stupid. Shoot, lads. And maybe you'd be the ones top of the league, not me. Blimey. It's Castellanos. He's constantly getting caught on the counter-attack at the minute by this Palace side. That's a lovely turn. It's a great tackle by Mykolenko, but it falls straight back to the feet of Castellanos, who's tucked it home. This here from Mykolenko. Oh, actually, from the replay, it didn't look like it was that good. But I thought it actually gotten a good toe to it. But the striker barely even acknowledged the fact that Vitali was there. And it's 2-1 Crystal Palace. And out of nowhere, our lead has quite literally disintegrated. That said. Ah! It was so well put together. And Liam Ferguson has fluffed it. Oh, mate, you've got to bury that. You've got to bury that. That should be 2-2. Would have been the best goal of the game. Well in. Ferguson. Anna quickly. It's opened up here. Dovbyk onside and on his own. Left well and truly alone. And you can't let him do that, because he'll score. 3 minutes into the second half. He's the league's top goal scorer. And they just won't mark him. I'm not going to complain. It's 2-2. Oh, it's really nicely done. Castellanos and Tillman. Well, it should have been 3-2. Our parity should have been gone again just as quickly as it arrived. Palace scored very early doors after we got our first. And they very nearly did it again after we got our second. Just happens that they'd scored an extra one in between. Fresneda to Ndiaye here. And there is a cross on. And Esposito's there. And if you're not going to score a third, Crystal Palace, we'll do so ourselves. Gorgeous little dink. And Esposito with a nodded header down at the near post. Unsavable for the keeper. And now we've turned it around. What a game of football this is turning out to be. If this is how it goes in the cup final, it's really entertaining at Wembley. At the minute, Selhurst Park is the venue for this fantastic spectacle. Esposito. Liam Ferguson. It's Lewis Ferguson. Oh, I called him Luke and Liam earlier. It's Lewis. Lewis Ferguson. My brain dies sometimes, it really does. Up we go, keeper's come, it's a good punch. Can Munoz get to that? No, Garner does. And Bemba, he's not going to score from there. Ibanez isn't either. Could find a teammate though. Dovbyk backing in, holds the defender up. Driven and blocked well. Well, it's all Everton at the beginning of this half. We started 15 minutes ago, 2-1 down. Now we're in front, and we look more likely of scoring again. That is not nice on the edge of the box, to say the least. Another free kick for Esposito to maybe have a go at scoring one of his own. That's Lucas Torreira. Tenacious little midfielder that has undoubtedly picked himself up a booking there. Right, came close earlier. Sanchez was equal to it. Will he stop this one? He doesn't have to. The wall's in the way. Well, somehow we've still got it. Richarlison, make me the run, mate. Through that gap. And there's Esposito. That's Dovbyk. Oh, they thought I was going to go to Esposito, though I didn't. And, oh, maybe I wish I did. Lovely turn. He's got 5-star weak foot, but his right on this occasion wasn't good enough. That could well have been, maybe should well have been, 4-2 and game over. Gimme. Well done. Bye. Not going that way, mate. Dovbyk. Oh, Gahey's there. First time strike and a half from Ferguson, but it is wide. If that goes tops, it really is our day. Ferguson wins that. Dovbyk looking for Esposito. Esposito. Oof. Is deadly. That is a hat-trick for Sebastiano. Pretty sure. He scored the header for the third. And he scored that one. Was it Esposito that scored the first? I think so. Dovbyk scored the one in between. I think that's a hat-trick for Esposito. I actually can't remember. There's been so many games, so many goals in this game. It is indeed a hat-trick for Sebastiano. He's so good. He's that good. He's that impressive. I would consider signing him in another save on FC25 again. And I very rarely, if never, sign the same player in multiple saves on the same game. But I'd be sorely tempted with Esposito for the RTG. I really would. Because he's just so good. Free kick. Floated. And that'll be won by Ibanez. There's not many that beat him in the air. Blomqvist quickly to Esposito. And we're on a counter here. We got them on the back foot. Crystal Palace, that's a great attempt at trying to win it. Dovbyk's going to take it on. I'm quite sure how Gahey just turned away with the ball there. But looking for Dovbyk again, who's onside. Draws the save out of Sanchez. It was well struck. It was well stopped. Nearly a fifth for us. If this is replicated in the Carabao Cup final, then we've had a real treat. Because this has been an outrageous game of football. Full of entertainment from minute 1 to minute 90. And it might not yet be done as we head into the 90 pluses. Free kick for Crystal Palace to try and throw it into the mixer zone? No. It's a free kick for offside for us. Alright. Well, 3, I was going to say straightforward points. This has been anything but straightforward, hasn't it? Against Crystal Palace here today. The second half has been very, very enjoyable. But the first half was so tough. Blomqvist will get to this first. Completely sent the defender. And we might get Esposito a fourth. Sanchez in the way. And DI can't quite get to the loose ball first. It will be just the 4-2. A 6-goal thriller at Selhurst Park. And a hat-trick for young Esposito. Burnley next. And then a big one at the end of the month against Man United. Manchester United in a 4-2-3-1 and a good 4-2-3-1 as well. Magnon in goal. De Ligt, Dumfries, Luke Shaw and Robert Reynan. Casemiro and Ugarte. Garnacho, Moussa Diaby, new signing. Bruno Fernandes and Matthijs Tel is the man leading the way for them through the middle. We, as per the last round of fixtures, have a 5-point gap at the top of the Premier League. Chelsea lost. We can afford to lose this game. Rather, obviously, we don't want to lose this game. But more often than not, we do lose these games against Manchester United. I thought it was the Burnley one next and then United. It rather evidently wasn't. It's Man United and then Burnley, but that's fine. As long as we get a decent result, regardless of who we're playing or when we're playing them, we don't care too much. Richarlison will stand this up. I think that hit a hand, it did. Pepelu I mean, I could be naughty and put Esposito on this and try and go for goal and catch the keeper out. Almost Tony Kroos style. It's probably not going to work. But with Esposito, anything's worth a go. Oh my God! It nearly worked! It so very nearly worked. What a save by Magnon. Ibanez to Fresneda here. Looking for Dovbyk onto the left. And then straight in the stands. Oh my God, if that free kick had gone in. Casemiro forward quickly to Tell, who shrugged off the man and raced away. Did they get lucky? But sometimes you earn your own luck with just sheer hard work. They have done a lot of running, this Man United side so far. Whether they've earned that luck or not, I don't know. But, well, that was lucky in and of itself, the way that he was able to just run away with it in that physical kind of face-to-face. And then my attempted block on any pass or shot just went straight to Garnacho anyway. 1-0 United. Bugger. William Pepelu. Now's the chance. Dovbyk just didn't make the right run. We're going to find Richarlison. Deliver it. And here's Ndiaye with a head over the back post. Oh, God. That was, not great. Dumfries. Nice little flick. Diaby. Tell. The back heel. Garnacho. Game over. We might have turned it around against Palace. I'm not doing it at Old Trafford. It's not going to happen 2 games in a row. Ibanez. Just a little dink. Keep it away from Bruno. Pepelu. And Ndiaye. And a little dink. Keep it away from the defenders. Dovbyk in the box. Dovbyk still going strong. Dovbyk. Squeeze it home. It's free. It's cleared away. That could have been the moment we got ourselves back in the game. We could still try. Ferguson. Oh, Bruno's just in the way. It's fallen kindly to Ndiaye, though. Drive down the line. Drive down the line. Little ball in. Dovbyk's there. Oh, Artem! He's done that all on his own. I didn't press for a fancy finish. He's just decided, I'm overhead kicking this. We are back in the game. Beautiful, again, little ball in by Iliman Ndiaye. And, well, on his weak foot, that's quite the finish. Nothing Magnon can do about that. Bruno floats it. And away by Ibanez. Can we get to that first? Dovbyk's done really well. Go, Sebastiano. He's up against a fresh legs. Mazraoui on his shoulder. Esposito. Esposito. Oh, my God, we've done it. Away from home at Old Trafford. I said earlier in the game, I'm not sure if it's going to have made any of the highlight package. I said it's just counter-attack after counter-attack at the minute. Well, guess what? Counter-attack and goal. From their free kick, we score. I was fully expecting that to be Dovbyk in the middle. It's Lewis Ferguson that arrives. We're level at Old Trafford. We might do it again, you know. Ugarte quickly forward and again. Tell. Bruno. How? How's he still got it? How's he not scored? Oh, my God. That had to be, surely, 3-1. Sorry, 3-2. Richarlison's going to bring this down. And Quinones is on his bite, you know. And he's a quick boy off the bench here, trying to turn Matthijs de Ligt inside out. Didn't really work that, did it? Garnacho. My defenders have been turned inside out, left, right and centre by Matthijs Tell and Alejandro Garnacho all day. It's a lovely challenge by Garnacho to win that back. Fresneda with a throwback. We'll try. I'm trying everything. Conor Gallagher didn't want to react to the football there. Trying everything I can to see if we can't maybe get ourselves a victory from this one. But with the amount of time left in the game and the fact that we don't have the ball and the Man United are on a half-decent attack through Zakanya here. Is he on? Diaby's off. I bet he buries. He doesn't. Ramsdale again with a ridiculous save. Diaby's offside. Well, from the jaws of defeat, we have snatched a point. It might still see our lead at the top of the table shrink from 5 back to 3 if Chelsea have been victorious in their match day. But I'm not that bothered. We still have a game in lieu between ourselves and Chelsea. And I believe this might well have been the only fixture of the day, judging by the fact that it didn't show anything other results-wise on the way through into the press conference. So one imagines gap at the top is still the same. No, it is 3. When was our game compared to theirs then? Ah, we played on the 14th. No, it's Crystal Palace. We must have been the late kickoff, and maybe that's why it didn't show the other results. I don't know. Chelsea won 3-1 against Aston Villa, though, so they have closed the gap to 3. The goal difference is exactly the bloody same, so it really does hang in the balance. If they win their game and we lose our game, to go level on points with them, then they will go above us on goal difference, because that's just the nature of the way the wins and losses will go. We've got Burnley at home in the next one. I mean, it's got to be a win, even though we're simming it, surely. Branthwaite should be available for selection now. Still isn't quite. Esposito not fully fit for this one, but I'm not taking him out because he scores goals. Ready, steady, win for Everton. Ferguson and Ferguson. Dovbyk misses a late penalty. It's 2-1. Esposito. I'm not taking Esposito out because he scores goals. He got a brace of yellow cards either side of Burnley's goal. How, from 1-0 down and a man down, we've turned that around to win 2-1, I couldn't possibly tell you. But I'm glad we have, because our lead is now 6 points again at the top of the table as Chelsea lost their match day at the end of February. Who did they have? Brentford at home, and they lost it. Scenes! Well, that'll do then. Ultimately, a decent day. Jimmy Garner's going to say, can I play some more football? Yeah, but not as much as you'd probably want. But mainly because Pepelu and Lewis Ferguson have been quite the partnership. I know Esposito's suspended. You don't need to keep telling me about that. Quinones can go up there. And then eventually Branthwaite will be available again. He's taken his sweet-ass time and actually being back in training to then be available for a full fixture. The board continually hate me because I got knocked out in the FA Cup. They're evidently not factoring in my league position whatsoever in their deduction of my managerial talents and whether they want me to stay in the job or not. So I feel it's a little bit harsh. But we have Leicester and then the Carabao Cup final in the next episode, followed by Bournemouth. Well, 3 wins, please, and we'll be very happy. We're quite happy with how today went as well. That game against Crystal Palace was mental. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Drop the video a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the end of this season. And I'll see you tomorrow for more.